Lagos stinks. Lagos smells like. If you say, okay, I want to take a walk, I'm depressed, let me just take a walk, you can't even take a walk. Like, the place smells like crazy. Why does an entire state smell like this? And what is the government doing about the bad smell?
Guinness record breaker. You can't even really talk about that thing.
Instead of her saying, oh, Lagos is dirty, and then calling out the government, she could have just made that research on probably how to make Lagos a better place, and probably control the smell instead of her just putting her out there.
Tinubu, you are a terrible president.
So even though we are going to put out what we think or what we feel, it should be constructive. Yes, very constructive, not disrespectful.
House rent is double. Like, I am so sick and I'm so tired of this, and I really need the government to intervene because I am so overwhelmed.
Hello and welcome to yet another amazing episode of Trending. My name is Pascal, and tell you what, Trending brings you everyone, everything, and every conversation that is trending. We want a short break right now, but do me a favor, get your popcorns, get your drinks, and make sure you relax, cause we're about to believe. Stick around. Welcome back, guys. It's still Trending. My name is Pascal, and today on the show we have a graduate from the University of Lagos who studied computer science, became a model, and did something that someone did 41 years ago, breaking the Guinness World Record. Again, also passing what someone already did 41 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Ololade Ayelabola. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Well, you're looking really beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course, definitely you're a model. You're looking very beautiful.
Thank
Let's start
you.
with your style. Who styled you?
Myself.
You styled yourself?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So tell us about your fit.
This is a sequence material and a
sequence.
yes, and a chiffon,
Okay.
a ruffle chiffon.
Okay.
Yes, off shoulder.
Okay, and the hair, you did a bit.
Yeah, I did it myself.
Yeah,
The makeup myself, and yeah, that's it.
What's your take on women being naturally beautiful? That you don't have to have too much. You just have to be African in your beauty. What do you think? What do you think about that?
First, we need to understand what beauty is. Beauty can actually not be measured because what is beautiful to you might not be beautiful to the other person. What is beautiful to Africans might not be beautiful to the Western people. So we need to understand that beauty goes beyond what you see in the natural.
Okay.
Beauty actually lies in your heart and in the impact you make.
All right, well,
So, thank you.
If I'm seeing beauty right now, how would you say it goes beyond what I'm seeing? Because I'm seeing beauty in my front. I say it goes beyond. Anyways, I feel like it's true because, of course, reality is based on individuals' observations. So, of course, it's really amazing to actually have you here join us today on the show. But let's really talk about your upbringing, where you started from. Where did Ayelabola start from? Where did you come from? Or where are you from? How did the journey of becoming you started?
I was born in Ibadan, but my dad is from Ekiti State. Yes, Ololade. I grew up in Ibadan. I spent 19 years of my life in Ibadan. So Yemetu to be precise. Yes, sure. So, yes, my secondary school education, my primary school education were all in Ibadan. So it was when I gained admission to the University of Lagos that I came to Lagos full time. But then I came to visit my uncles the times and my aunts that lived in Lagos. My personal story relating it to modeling and what I do actually started when I was quite young. I realized I loved heels so much. It was a thing, yes. So anytime mom went to the market to get stuffs, I always insisted she got me heels. I didn't want any flats. And not just wedge, you know, there are different kinds of heels, wedge, block. I wanted stiletto, the pencil mouth. Exactly. Yes. The pencil mouth heels. And everybody thought I was dramatic and extra. But I was just being true to myself. I loved heels so much. It made me feel elegant and unique and on top of the world. So yes, I am a science student. So in secondary school.
Science?
Yes. So I was in the science department, but I realized that every Friday I always looked forward to the cultural department because I was in cultural department. You know, we have jet club, press club, all my classmates. Yes, all my classmates were in those clubs, but I was the only one that was in the cultural and drama department. I just loved it. It was fun. And then I found myself always styling my friends, always teaching them how to sit, always teaching them. Yes, so it was just very natural for me. And growing up, I could tie gele. I think I can still try. I could tie gele for people and all of that. And in fact, my mom and I, we used to watch Miss Oyo State competition pageant. And in fact, I used to watch Guinness World Records.
For real?
Yes, I used to. I didn't even know that there were really records like this, like the one I broke. I used to see records like the longest nails, the tallest person, and all of that. I didn't know one day I was going to attempt to break a Guinness World Record. So basically, that was my upbringing.
Your story is quite inspirational. It's really inspirational and inspiring a lot of people watching this right now. That kid from Delta State, that kid from Bayelsa, that kid from still Ibadan. All right, they're seeing Ololade here, Ayelabola here in the building right now, live and trending, being watched over 45 countries in Africa, and seeing you already doing what you're doing right now, and with the glory that's come with it and everything, with the blessings and glory, I feel like it's quite inspirational and really, really good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But now let's talk about the hurdles. Every career path that one goes through in life, like me, there are a lot of hurdles, all right, that I went through before becoming here. And you also, definitely, you didn't just attempt or became a model all of a sudden.
Yes.
All right, what were the hurdles? What were the problems? What were the tears, the secret tears, and the no's and everything that you faced? Let me know about them.
I started modeling about 8 years ago.
Well,
I would fast track to when I entered Unilag. I started with pageantry. I'm also a beauty queen of 4 consecutive wins. And yes,
back to back. So
back
this one
to
is
back.
not fluke.
Back to back. So I started with looking for jobs in the University of Lagos.
Okay.
I wanted modeling jobs, but nobody was ready to give me jobs. Nobody was ready to take me on.
Why?
So I decided to, why? For reasons best known to them, one. And secondly, I believe people want to work with people that are already out there, people that already have a name. People don't really want to build with a person. People don't want to see that, okay, this person has a potential and I want to be the push behind this person. People don't really want to put in that effort.
They want already made.
They want already made. And that's actually one thing that happens in this industry and in our society. So I realized that if I'm going to be a force and a voice, I have to start with myself, and I have to work on myself. I have to believe in myself, and I have to push myself. So I started doing freelance. I go for shoots. I didn't get paid, as long as they took very good pictures and I had a portfolio. So I started building my portfolio. So many times I'd gone to shoots and they didn't even give me transport. As a student, I had to source for transport myself to convey myself to the destination for the shoot. So it was really tough being a student, being a computer science student. Let me divert a little. I knew nothing about programming. Like when I started studying computer science, the first time I heard of Python was when I was in year 2, because I did A-levels. You get, I was like, Python? Python is a snake. What is Python? Okay. And it was very tough. So I was paying attention to my studies because I was totally lost. I didn't even understand what they were saying in class. And then I still wanted to push my career, my modeling career. Then traveling down the lane to winning Miss Amina, it was tough because I didn't have all the money. In fact, I don't have all the money. My parents didn't have all the money. And my other contestants, they were so rich. Even from the outfits they were wearing, the cars that their parents brought to come cheer them up was like, okay. And there I was. It was even my classmates that actually made my dress for my first pageantry. But I was passionate. I rehearsed. I would rehearse overnight. I would watch YouTube videos. I would rehearse my catwalk. I would rehearse what to do, etiquette and modeling. I was paying my dues. And I think that's actually what makes me stand out in what I do. I don't just dive into something. I make my research. I rehearse. I practice over and over again. And
competence.
Yes, because that's very important. And then fast forward, I just became a force to reckon with. You know, people identify that, okay, this person has something. I think this person is going somewhere. You know, people can actually tell when they meet someone that has a vision, that knows where they are going. I think so. Some people start seeing that, okay, this young lady has somewhere she's going, and they start supporting. And up to my 4th pageant win, it was quite tough because I had to get money to vote, but I didn't allow that to stop me. I think one thing I've mastered is trusting God and just believing and going all out. The last pageantry I did, I didn't have the money to go for it because people had to vote for me. That time it was 15 naira per vote. And other contestants were having 3,000 votes. I was having like 500, 1,000. But I put in my best. And I really want everybody listening to me right now to really hold that fact. Whatever it is you are doing, either you're a school teacher, either you're a student, whatever, wherever you find yourself, you have to decide to put in your best, because you do not know who is watching. You do not know where you are going to get to very soon. You don't know who is going to need your experience and your wealth of knowledge. So you have to put in your best in whatever it is that you are doing.
Absolutely, putting your best. I love that. I hope that becomes a motivation to you watching me right now. Putting your best, whatever it is that you are doing. All right. But now let's talk about, there's this conversation that, oh yeah, every model that ever made it to the top, or every woman that's ever made it to the top. Why are you smiling?
Because I think
question.
I know what you want to say,
Please,
but
you know
no assumptions.
Ayelabola, if you know the question, please go ahead.
Pascal, no assumptions, please.
Copy that. Anyway, but here's the question. I'm going to ask it anyways. So there's always a conversation that, oh yeah, most especially models, any woman who's ever in this industry who's ever made it to the top had to sleep her way through to the top. Every woman who's ever made it, and it feels as though that women are not really given the credit, all right, for what it is that they do. So 2 questions in one. Okay. Number 1 is, do you feel like there are people like this who actually sleep their way to the top? And number 2 is, why do you think women are not giving their credit of hard working they are to climb the ladder of success?
First, I would say that if there are situations where people slip their way to the top, then that is their personal issue and they would have to deal with it. I would not make some commentaries on that because I want to stay away from that. People make decisions, pass some decisions, and it is just best known to them why they make their decisions. We all are principled. We all know what we want and how we want to get there. Some people don't mind doing some things to get to some places. Some people do mind doing some things to get to some places. And whatever anybody chooses to do, it's their business.
But a follow-up question to that: has there been any situation, and this is a question I'm trying as much as possible to really rephrase it in a very, very nice way. Has there been any situation, anyone that you can actually recall that maybe you suspected that this other lady that did that you guys were on the pageantry or on a particular project together for modeling, all right, got the job and you did not get it, and you felt like, oh, that's what she did at the back?
I've not been in that situation before, and if peradventure there had been a situation like that, the truth is I'm too focused on myself to want to see what somebody did or what somebody didn't do that got them to where they are. I think people make mistakes of shifting their attention from themselves to other people. If you're in a competition, the attention should be on you. Even though you're observing your surroundings, your other contestants and your competitors, the focus should be on you.
Copy that.
Building on your strengths, observing and understanding your weaknesses, and learning how to manage your weaknesses so that it doesn't become your weakness. So focused on myself, building myself, and becoming a better version of myself than watching what somebody is doing and not doing. So I mean,
other people. That's amazing. That's a really, really nice and smart way to really answer. So now the next question, the second question.
Okay, do I think women are given enough credit? Nowadays, we actually see that a lot of women are given credit for what they do. I think the world is coming to embrace and understand the tenacity of an ambitious woman, of a woman with a dream, of a woman with a passion, and of a woman with a vision. Take, for example, our network. If you know our network, they celebrate women from all over the world that are doing amazing well. Yes. And the truth is, there are so many women that are not known that are also doing amazing well. So I think the world is coming to a stage, is already at a stage whereby they are already beginning to understand that women are also powerful, women are strong, and anybody, either male or female, can be strong, can be whoever they choose to be.
I really like that. I like that. It's still trending. We're going to a short break right now. When we return, she's still in the building. It's talking about the woman that has done so much for herself, the Guinness record breaker. We can even really talk about that thing. 130.62 kilometers. We'll come back after this break. Stick around. Welcome back to Trending. All right, life is still happening with me, Ololade, all right, which of course is a Guinness World Record holder. But quickly, I want to read it. Can you just hold it? Let me read what you achieved, all right, for the world to actually see in plain way. All right, so this is a certification from Guinness World Record, and it reads, certificate, the longest distance walked on a catwalk by a model is 125.11 kilometers, all right, which of course is 77.74 miles, and was achieved by Ololade Ayelabola, who's a Nigerian, in Lagos on the 1st of October 2024. Round of applause. I'm really, really proud to actually. So can I just hold it? Thank you so much. This is amazing. Okay, so let me tell you what you've done, all right, in a very, very plain thing. Look, this is an epitome of hope for the young girl child, all right, who of course in the city of Ibadan, Oluyole, all right, is watching this right now and is hopeful to be like Ololade Ayelabola. This is also to that person they feel like they can't do anything, all right, coming and hearing your story. This is an amazing piece, all right. I hope this piece comes with more blessings for you. This is beautiful. But now let's talk about the hurdles, all right, about this piece, about how you got this thing that someone did 41 years ago, I guess?
Yes.
41 years ago, that's like 4 decades, fam. I'm sure that you're not even, but you're still in heaven. So when you're watching from heaven, I think that, oh, what don't you give me, this person that's doing this to me, I mean. Do you understand? But like, it's just really amazing. 41 years ago, someone did this, but right now, here is a certification directly from Guinness World Record that, look, man, the person that's holding right now is Ololade. How do you feel about that, bro?
I feel excited and I'm so proud of myself to have been able to pull this through despite the challenges, the limitations, the no's that I got. It was very tough, but I'm so grateful to God and to everybody that supported me and worked their out, let me use that word, because people put in money, people put their works on hold. Like, people really came together, and when I say people, I don't mean the outer world, I mean people that are very close to me. They came together and then they pushed through to make this a success. So I'm very grateful and I'm excited to be a Guinness World Record holder.
It's beautiful to actually see Ololade. I'm not lie to you. But now let's talk about the idea. When you wanted to do this, did you go and check that someone has held this thing before 41 years ago? Did you go check it out? And why did you pick Lagos to Ibadan for the process? Was it because 19 years ago you left Ibadan? You wanted to show them that wow, I'm back home, or is that reason why you did it?
First, this was not even my first application. Prior to this, I had applied 5 times and I got 5 rejections.
What?
Yes. This was not
for Guinness?
Yes, this was not the record I wanted to break. The record I wanted to break had never existed before. So when I get to the semi-final process, like the interview, they just say, we think your record is not standard enough, and then they just reject it. But I think I already cracked that. Guinness, I might come back for another record.
Yeah, I think this is
but
it.
That's by the way. So yes, I had to apply for this record. When I saw it, I didn't even understand how the record was going to be until I saw the guidelines. So it was actually a fashion show. I didn't walk from Lagos to Ibadan, even though the kilometers is estimated to be from Lagos to Ibadan and a little bit more. Yes. So it was a fashion show. It was a non-stop fashion show that held inside the University of Lagos Sports Center. I had 50 other models working with me on the runway because that's one of the instructions. Yes, the show does not end. Except even if I have a break, I'm taking a rest, the show must continue. So other models must work. Although theirs was not counted, it was only mine that was counted.
So hold on a second. So for example, now 50 models are working with me, and what if I want to eat? What if I want to sleep? What if I want to pee? What if I want to like do other things, shower, do other things and all? How did you? What was that? How will 50 models be working on the road from Lagos to Ibadan, and you will be part of them? That's 51 of you are working continuously, non-stop. Yeah. So I had a great team of people who understood how fashion events worked. So the 50 models didn't work at the stretch. Okay, we divided them into 3 groups, group A, B, C. So there were about 15. There are about 15, 16. There are about in each group. Okay. So every group worked just 8 hours in a day. So we have 24 hours divided by 3. That's 8 hours per day. Yes, yes. So I didn't work 8 hours, of course. I worked round the clock. But each of the other models worked just 8 hours. So I work 7 hours. I take a break. They already know
that they have to be on standby. So whatever they have to do, they can do it within the 16 hours that they have for breaks and everything. And if I want to pee, I can actually go pee because there were no restrictions to me going to pee or taking a break.
Oh, copy that. That's really amazing. But let's talk about, you said something before, and it was about the fact that you tried 5 times to break a particular record and you couldn't because they were actually rejecting based on the fact that what you wanted to do had not been done before. What was the record you wanted to break?
If I tell the whole world, someone is probably going to apply and understand it
How
and
do you
go
feel
break
like
it.
someone does not already want to go and do it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I have
Do you
very
believe like in
unique-
the idea that when you're thinking about something, someone else is thinking about it?
I
somewhere
believe, but the person might not have the courage to pursue it, and that's what I have.
Ololade,
Yes.
Ayelabola 2025. Cover that, that's fine. So moving forward right now, it's here with you, 2024, 1st of October, you picked it. But another question is, why did you pick the 1st of October? Why did you start on the 1st of October?
The truth is, it was supposed to start on the 29th of September into October 2nd. And I picked 1st of October because I wanted us to celebrate the Nigerians' Independence Day. So the models, yes, the models I was working with were not just any kind of models. They were models with vitiligo. I had tribal mark models, I had plus size models, I had extremely tall girls, I had extremely short girls. And this was passing a message across to everybody that irrespective of where you are from, what you are facing, or what they might have said to you, your dream is valid. And you know, there's something about the modeling industry in Nigeria. We already have, oh, this is what a model should look like.
Yes.
And if you are selling clothes or you are advertising something, it is for everybody. So why not have people who are different in sizes, who look like everybody, model what you are selling?
Yeah.
And so that was one of the ideas I had. I wanted people with tribal. I've never seen a tribal mark model. And Nigerians are known for tribal marks, different kinds of tribal marks.
Yeah.
So I wanted models who had skin conditions. I've never really seen any model with skin condition go full-time into modeling. I want the modeling and fashion industry to really embrace inclusivity. No stereotypes. Let everybody shine. And let us pass the message across that everybody's dream is valid. You can dare to dream, irrespective of what you are facing or what you might have been told. Your dream is valid and you can dare to dream.
Absolutely. I feel like that's like a very, very, really nice idea to actually bring up. Because of course, before now, we've been seeing people blacklist the models with, or the beautiful women with tribal marks. And even people don't even see them as preferences.
Yeah.
And they blame that. You see people now going back to trying to use machines to take away their marks and all. So it becomes like a very big problem. But you now, you're doing this, and I feel like it's a very, very nice thing. I wish you luck. I wish you Godspeed. It's still trending. We're going to go on a short break right now. And when we return, the world Guinness record holder is still in the building. Stick around. Welcome back to Trending. With me here is Ololade Ayelabola, which of course about to play the particular segment called One Kobo. Now, this particular segment is very simple. I ask you some question about a situation or a topic. You give me your one kobo about it. Ready?
Okay, ready.
Well, the situation I'm actually bringing is the situation of this particular NYSC lady, which of course recently spoke about the government. Lagos is very dirty. The Lagos is smelling that you can't even breathe properly in Lagos. And of course, also she went further to talk about the president. Like the president is not done well at all. She said many things about the president. And so NYSC summoned her and back forth. But here's the question.
Okay.
Do you feel like it is, all right, this particular thing is going to stop people, especially youth, from having their minds, speaking out their mind and everything? What do you think about it?
I believe that freedom of speech is one thing that we have. But even though we have freedom of speech, there is a proper way to put things and to construct things so that it's not going to be derogatory to our leaders, because definitely they are leaders. So even though we are going to put out what we think or what we feel, it should be constructive. And yes, very constructive, not disrespectful. You can actually pass across a message without being disrespectful. So yes, I think that's my one cover.
It's still trending. We'll go on a short break right now, and when we return, Ololade Ayelabola and Pascal will be live in your set. So stick around. Welcome back to Trending. I still have with me Ololade Ayelabola in the building, and she's blessed us with the award that she got from Guinness World Record, and it's still amazing. And I must actually say that on your thoughts on one kabo, it was an amazing thought. All right, but you still wanted to say something before about trying to create.
I'm of the school of thought that if you realize that there's a problem, I think the first thing should be for you to consider if you can help, if you have a solution, and if you can be a part of the solution, yes, the change. I mean, so I was actually just saying that the Corper could have just started making a research on how to control dirt and smell, because I believe there is a chemical out there, I'm not sure. I think I read some years back that there's a chemical that, I think, yes, it was a chemical that you pour in soak away, this latrine, and then it just eradicates the smell. So I've not really seen people deploying that idea and we using it in our community. So yes, so I was thinking, instead of her saying, oh, Lagos is dirty, and then calling out the government, she could have just made our research on probably,
something.
Yes, what the government is even doing, because you know it's one thing for the government to be working on something and then you calling them out on it, and it's another thing for them not to be doing anything and then you calling them out on it. So I was just thinking that she could have just made our research on probably how to make Lagos a better place, and probably control the smell instead of her just putting out there.
Yeah, I understand the rage.
Because manner of approach is actually very important.
Absolutely.
You know, you can say, I'm sorry, and I'm so sorry. You know, the way you communicate things is actually very, very important. And you're dealing with government, I mean.
Absolutely, I understand that. And yeah, okay, that's amazing. But let's talk about your projects now.
Okay.
What are the projects that you're working on this year? Do you have any project that you're working on
Yes,
this year?
I have about 2 projects I'm working on.
Oh.
Yes, I'm working on Miss World Nigeria 2025.
Miss World Nigeria?
Yes.
Wow, 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 that's amazing.
So I'm contestant number 20, representing your state.
Oh, it's already on the way?
Yeah. In fact, the grand finale is in 2 weeks. I'm going to come this week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Back to back.
See your representative.
Please vote for me. Voting is even ongoing.
Very important.
Voting is ongoing.
Okay.
So a vote costs 200 naira. If you want to vote for me, you can go to the Miss World Nigeria platform and click the link in their bio, and you would scroll down to contestant number 20. You could cast as many votes as you want, 100, 1,000, 5,000, and then you pay, and it automatically reflects that you voted for your state. I really believe I should win the Miss World Nigerian platform because I have a dream, and I believe that the world has a dream. Thank you. And then I believe that the world, our community, can be a better place when people decide to take a step on their dreams, take a leap of faith on their dreams.
Absolutely. I wish you Godspeed and good fortune with all your endeavors. I hope you win, because I feel like if you dare to dream, then you should get on the platform and actually win. Thank you so very much for coming through.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And what about your social handles? Do you have any social handles?
Yes, I do.
Please.
Okay, so my Instagram handle is delade_wonder. D is not letter D, it's article, yes. D, Lade, Lade_wonder. I mean, because I'm a wonder, so yeah.
Thank you so much for being this particular episode of Trending. We'll continue again at the next episode, but always remember the Trending gives you everyone and everything that is trending. Also, make sure you follow us on all the social platforms. On Instagram and TikTok is at official HIPTV. On YouTube, in case you missed this particular episode and you want to watch it over and over again or share it to people that are outside the country like US, Canada, and everywhere, it's very simple at HIPTV on YouTube. We have a lot of episodes of Trending that you can actually catch there. Also remember the Trending airs at the 9 a.m. hour, so if you watch the 9 a.m. in the morning and you feel like the topic is so interesting and the episode is so interesting, you can check it out again at the 8 p.m. hour repeat version. My name is Pascal, and until I come your way again, I'm gonna go out, by the way.